Amber Peery commits 5 serious offenses in accident killing 3 Topeka Girl Scouts. On October 8, 2022, a planned enjoyable trip for Girl Scout girls turned into a heartbreaking tragedy on the Kansas highway. Amber Peery, a 35-year-old mother, was driving a van carrying 5 young girls to a Girl Scout event. Her daughter Brooklyn and 2 other girls, Lila Lazary and Kylie Lund, tragically lost their lives in the accident. The incident occurred when Peery and 2 other vehicles performed an illegal U-turn at an Interstate 335 intersection. This road is known for dangerous sections, and no legal turnoff existed within 30 miles. 2 vehicles ahead successfully completed the turn, but Peery's vehicle was struck by a large truck, resulting in the deaths of 3 young girls. Court testimony this week revealed that Amber Peery was part of a 3-driver convoy heading to a Girl Scout event in Tonganoxie when they began traveling south on the Kansas Turnpike from the South Topeka interchange. According to testimony, 2 drivers realized they were on the wrong route and performed a U-turn through a gap in the highway's median wall between northbound and southbound lanes. Peery stated she followed the advice of one of those drivers via mobile phone, suggesting she also find a place to turn around. No exit existed between the South Topeka interchange and the Turnpike's Admire interchange, 30 miles to the southwest. Video presented at Peery's trial showed her attempting to turn from the right southbound lane across the left southbound lane through a median gap before her SUV was struck by a semi-truck driven by Russell. Russell was driving at 69 miles per hour in a 75-mile-per-hour zone and using cruise control. Russell testified at Peery's preliminary hearing that he was traveling south in the right lane when he saw Peery's truck ahead in the right lane, and he reacted by moving to the left southbound lane. Peery's defense attorneys, Tom Bath and Vanessa Rieble, questioned Russell's attentiveness to the road and other vehicles. They emphasized that video from Russell's truck showed Peery turning from the southbound right lane, not the right lane as Russell claimed, and that she had signaled a left turn before turning. Bath and Rieble also argued that the Kansas Highway Patrol had not conducted some investigations they should have. In Thursday's closing arguments, Manley acknowledged that police could have investigated the accident more thoroughly, but said the law combined with case facts still required Peery's conviction on all charges. Manley showed the jury accident footage on Thursday, emphasizing that Peery knew a truck was following her, but did not even attempt to pull over and wait for clear passage before attempting to turn. He stated that instead of stopping, she tried to turn from the turnpike's right lane. Following the accident, legal proceedings went through multiple stages. Initially, the victims' families reached a civil settlement with Peery, 2 other drivers, and Girl Scout organizations. The settlement was kept confidential, but Peery denied acknowledging any negligence. In August, Peery was convicted of involuntary manslaughter, serious injury, and 2 traffic violations. Notably, the trial occurred on the 11th birthday of one victim, Kylie Lund. Peery initially refused a plea deal, a decision she later regretted. After sentencing, Peery made several jail calls filled with complaints and blame. She blamed the legal system, the truck driver, and even her own vehicle. In these calls, she claimed she didn't kill 3 children, but merely had a car accident, and even viewed jail as a 2-star hotel stay. During a series of calls on the night of August 15th, hours after her conviction, Peery accused judicial misconduct. "It's too rigged," she said, adding that she felt the jury was paid or something. At times, she said, "I wish I had taken the plea." She seemed to suggest she had refused a plea offer to plead guilty to 2 involuntary manslaughter charges in exchange for dropping the 3rd charge. She also declared she would appeal if sentenced to prison, but who knows if the appeal would be approved. In a September call, Peery said the truck driver should have seen my turn signal and braked. She said she never saw the truck. "I really don't know what happened to me," she said. "I thought a bomb had exploded." In one call, she claimed her vehicle was faulty upon impact. In another call, she said, "I'll get probation. Everyone is blaming me," Peery said. In a September call, Peery was optimistic about avoiding jail. "This is a 2-star hotel stay and almost over," she said, seemingly laughing. "Kansas wants to keep families together. This is a case where I shouldn't be separated from my children," Peery said. before acknowledging that serious assault charges would make child custody difficult. Anyway, it was a real accident, Peery said. I hope the judge recognizes that. In an October video call, Peery spoke about the prosecutor. He's just, they're really targeting me. I understand other families are suffering, she said, interrupted by a rooster crowing in the background. Legal experts and attorneys analyzed the case details. They emphasized that a reasonable driver would not perform a dangerous U-turn while carrying 5 children. The collision's position indicated Peery did not ensure safety when attempting to pass the truck. To convict Peery of involuntary manslaughter and/or serious assault, the jury was informed they must conclude she drove recklessly and consciously in a way that caused significant, unjustifiable risk. They were told to determine whether Peery's actions constituted a serious deviation from the care standard a normal person would follow in the same circumstances to convict her of those charges. The jury was informed that the fault or non-fault of the other driver, Robert Russell, 72, from Huntsville, Alabama, was among the circumstances they must consider in their verdict. The jury was given options for each involuntary manslaughter charge, or to convict Peery of the lesser charge of vehicular manslaughter, a minor offense. The sentencing hearing on Friday afternoon included recorded calls, victim impact statements from the girl's family members, testimonies from Peery's supporters, and her Stormontvale therapist. The courtroom on the 4th floor was packed. Shawnee County Judge Jessica Heinen will decide whether Peery must serve prison time and for how long. Kansas sentencing guidelines typically specify whether probation or imprisonment is recommended, but Peery's crime falls in a border zone where both are acceptable without exceeding guidelines. The judge can also apply concurrent sentences, meaning multiple charge sentences served simultaneously, or consecutive sentences, adding up to a longer total prison time. Peery's supporters pleaded for mercy, saying she feels remorseful, would benefit from outpatient treatment, and that her 2 living children would be better off without her behind bars. But the victims' families requested a strict sentence. The victims' families expressed their loss. Tiffany Lunn, Kylie's mother, wrote on Facebook, "She was my everything, and I was hers. My heart is broken." Peery also mourned her daughter Brooklyn's death, but her lamentations were overshadowed by continually blaming others. The sentencing hearing will occur on December 3rd, with potential prison terms ranging from 31 to 136 months. Judge Jessica Heinen will decide Peery's fate, considering mitigating and aggravating circumstances, including her status as a bereaved mother and her unrepentant statements. This case is not just a story of a traffic accident, but a painful lesson about responsibility, negligence, and the consequences of poor decisions in protecting young lives.